Good morning, children. Welcome to our English class. How are you all? I hope you are all fine by the grace of God. Today, we are going to learn Term 3, Unit 1, poem Sea Fever. Sea Fever is one of the famous poems known for wanderlust and love for nature. It is first published in 1902. The poem speaks about a person who talks about his never-ending love for the nature. It also illustrates how he thinks of a sea as a female and urges to spend quality time with her. This poem was written by John Masefield. Let us learn more about him and more about the poem. Okay, children, come on, let us get into the class.
First, let us learn about the author. John Masefield is a well known English writer and poet. He is best remembered as the author of the classic for children names as The Midnight Folk and as a poet for his work as a Sea Fever. At the age of 16, he entered to the world of merchant navy. However, his passion for reading and writing was still continued while at board. While being abroad is when he realized that his passion should be bought out and he should be writer by himself. Finally, by 1902, he got his dream come true. His poems and novels started to get published. He left the sea after that voyage. He returned to England, worked for a long time as a journalist, and settled in London. He spent his time in reading and writing. Dear children, this is your memory poem. So, listen carefully. First, I read the poem, then I give the explanation. Sea fever. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick, and the wind song, and the white sails shaking. And a grey mist on the sea's face, and a grey dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. Dear children, I will give the explanation for stanza 1. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. Dear children, being a sailor, he enjoyed the loneliness and quiet environment of the sea. In the poem Sea Fever, Masefield expresses his desire for sailing once again in the quiet sea under the quiet sky. The poet desperately wants to go to the lonely sea. Therefore, he urges to have a well built ship to sail through the melancholic sea. So, he asks the star to guide him throughout his journey. Star to steer means the North Star is the pole star, which tells the sailor where north is, and thus they can steer the ship correctly. The North Star is the pole star to show the direction to the sailor. So he asked the star to guide him throughout his journey. and the wheels kick, and the wind song, and the white sails shaking, and a grey mist on the sea's face, and a grey dawn breaking. Soon the adventures would begin, and each day dawns. He wakes up to see the early grey mist rise from the sea. On his adventure, he intends to enjoy the early mist that rise from the sea along with grey dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. He wishes to capture the sight when strong winds carrying the clouds and listen to the cries of sea's creatures. The poem, the poet expresses a strong desire to get back to the sea, as the call from the sea cannot be ignored or denied. Dear children, stanza 2. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yawn from the laughing fellow rower, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trek's over. John Masefield. Explanation for stanza 2. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds fly, and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. Dear children, flung spray means in Tamil we say தெளிப்பு சாரல் அடிக்குதுன்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா அதுதான். Spume means sea foam, கடல் நுரை. So, he wishes that there would be strong winds that would blow away the thick white clouds in the sky and take the sail forward throughout the day. Watching from the shore, Phil is hot with the adventure and spirit. Actually, dear children, the terms flung spray, blown spume, and seagulls crying are related to it, and conveys the sailor urges to see the smoke emanating from the ship as it starts its journey, and the birds that come at times on the ship. He wishes to capture the sight when strong winds carrying the clouds and listen the cries of sea creatures. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a weighted knife. Dear children, vagrant means wandering. Gull means a long winged web footed seabird. It's a kind of seabird. Whales we know very well. Yes or no? Blue whales. It's a kind of fish. The last para explains that the poet would like to be a wandering gypsy because he would miss the seagulls and the white whales. So, he wants to be a wandering gypsy, watching from the shore fills his heart with the adventure and spirit. He wants to be carefree as a gypsy to adore the adventurous life of the sea. And all I ask is a merry yawn from the laughing fellow rower, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trek's over. Dear children, most of all his time spent with his fellow men at the deck, listening to tales and good and silent sleep, which drift into a sweet dream. This poem clearly shows how Masefield had enjoyed his days on the sea and he would like to have a part of it even after he has left his far behind following his patience. Dear children, it desires to break out of his present situation and return to the adventures of life of the sea. Okay, children, I hope you understand the poem very well. This poem is about the poet's affection about the beautiful sea and its creature. Okay, children, let us learn the meaning. Star to steer. The North Star is the pole star which tells the sailor where north is, and thus they can steer the ship correctly. Flung, throw. Spume, sea foam. Vagrant, wandering. Weighted, sharpened. Yawn, a long or rambling story, especially one that is impossible. Flurried, worried. Rover, wanderer. Trick, a period of stay on the ship after the voyage. Choose the best answer. The title of the poem Sea Fever means the title of the poem Sea Fever means answer B. The poet's deep wish to be at sea. The poet's deep wish to be at sea. Second one, the poet asks for a tall ship. What he asks? A tall ship. Third one, the poet wants to lead a life at sea like the gulls and whales. The gulls and whales. Okay, children, let us learn the question answers. Read the lines and answer the questions. Question 1. I must go down to the sea again, to the lonely sea and the sky. Where does the poet want to go? The poet wants to go to the sea again. Question 2. And the wheels kick, and the wind song, and the white sails shaking. What, according to the poet, are the pleasures of sailing? While watching from the shore, the wind song, the ship's tiring wheel, and the shaking of the sail in the breeze are the pleasures of sailing. Third question. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying. Why does the poet ask for a windy day? The poet asks for a windy day as it would blow away the thick white clouds from the sky and take the sail forward throughout the day. Fourth question. And all I ask is a merry yawn from a laughing fellow rover. Laughing fellow rover. What kind of human company does the poet want? The poet wants the company of a fellow sailor or wanderer like him. Question 5. And quite sleep and a sweet dream when a long trick's over. What does the poet want to do after his voyage is over? The poet wants to sleep soundly with pleasant dreams at the end of his long shift on watch. Poem appreciation. Fill in the blanks with correct rhyming words from the poem. Sky, by. Knife, life. Rover, over. What are the rhyming words? Sky, by. Knife, life. Rover, over. Second one, quote the line that has been repeated in the poem. I must go down to the seas again. Write the poetic device which is used in the line below. And a grey mist on the sea's face. Imaginary and personification. What is the poetic device used in this line? Imagery and personification. What poetic device is used for the comparison in the below line? Where the winds like a weighted life. Here they use the word like, so it is a simile.